Okay, guys. Appreciate you guys being here again. Actually, let me turn off this little noise thing here. Hold on. Play, join, and leave sound. Okay, there you go. Okay. So I had a couple people ask me, I want it to be a good AEP. What can I do to write a lot of business, right? And I just came up with some things. I jotted some things down that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay. First of all, some people are motivated by competition. I generally am not. I'm motivated by seeing people do great things, and it makes me want to do great things too. So I don't I guess compare myself to a lot of people. So when you hear people online saying that they're going to sell, 1,000 policies during AEP, they're likely going to do that, right? If you want to do that, you can do that too. But oftentimes those folks are dipping into a book of business that they already have, right? And they're just rewriting people, or they have such a large book and they're getting referrals, right? So I tend to not compare myself to them. I know I can do what they do. My thing is, like, I'm just going to keep moving. I'm just going to keep trucking along. I'm going to write policies every single hour of the day. And whatever it adds up to, right? So don't get too caught up in all that stuff. People saying that they're going to write 1,500 policies by themselves, one AEP. The only person I know that can probably do that is Joshua Youngs, and I don't know how he does it, but he can do it. So what are some of the things that we can do to have a good AEP? Okay. I know a lot of people are doing seminars during AEP. Okay. Prepping for seminars takes, a month or two in advance. So if you're going to start doing some seminars, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to send out the mailers, and now's the time to get people to those seminars. How do you get people to those seminars? Obviously, you can send out the mailers, run Facebook ads, run Google ads, do whatever you can to get people there. That is a fantastic way, because you're not only sending them to people who are turning 65, but you're also sending them to anybody over 65, right? So that opens up more fish for you to fish, more fish for you to catch, right? So if you're gonna do this, I can help you with that stuff. I can help you with the Facebook ads. We can find some mailers we can duplicate, and we can send them out. But your responsibility is to find the locations, right? Find the locations that'll give you permission to hold these educational events. Okay, so think about that. If that's something that you want to do, we can do this together. Okay. A lot of folks are doing sales events. I know that Sangeeta, you've been connected a lot with Devoted, and Patty's been connected a lot with Devoted, and I think WellCare, Anthem, if I'm not mistaken, and they're doing sales events throughout AEP and right now as we speak. So if you're not connected with your local reps, you should, and ask them, hey, listen, I'm looking for an opportunity to do some sort of sales event, some educational events. Do you have any openings? I'd love to get plugged in, right? If you don't ask, you'll never get it, right? So open your mouth, say, hey, I want to do this. Are there any opportunities? And you'll be surprised how many carriers have these opportunities. In fact, for example, Cigna here in Illinois, they're looking for people who can manage some of the dual kiosks during AEP. So if anybody's interested in Illinois to get some time at a dual kiosk, let me know. It only requires 4 hours a week, and if you want to do more than 4 hours a week, that's something that we can talk to them about. They're not going to give us a list of dual OSCOs right now, but if you are interested, let me know, and we can reach out to them, and we can plug you in if there is a dual OSCO available in your area. It's the same thing, same type of deal that they're doing at Walmart's, that they're doing at the CVS's, all that stuff. They're just Aetna has exclusivity with Jewel Osco. So if you're interested, let me know and we can get you plugged in there. Okay. But again, reach out to your reps. Hey, do you have an opportunity? Because I'd love the opportunity to do this stuff. And if it requires money, remember that I'm here to help you out with half of the cost. So don't be afraid about that. If you need some help with this stuff, let me know. You just got to put some skin in the game yourself, and I'll help you out with the rest. Okay. If it works, we'll continue to co-op it. If it doesn't work, then we got to look each other in the face and say, hey, this isn't working. We got to stop paying for this. Does this make sense? I hope it makes sense. Grassroots types of marketing. Okay. You know, I told you guys when I first started, I was boots on the ground. I was going to restaurants and going to businesses and hanging up pull tabs and, you know, just introducing myself. That's the kind of stuff that's still not, you can still do, right? There's
recorded.
Did I record it? Yes. Yeah, I am recording. Go to local restaurants, get into some newspapers, get into some booklets. If there are communities like Russian communities, Chinese communities, Filipino communities, whatever communities out there that have, you know, their own booklets that get distributed to the community, think about putting an ad in there, right? And it should be, you should be looking at that now because, you know, they get printed earlier in the year, right? For the fall season or for the winter season. So look into that stuff. And again, you have to spend some money to make money. So if it's going to cost something, I understand, but look at we're here to co-op that stuff. Let's go half and half. Let's take this opportunity to figure out if there's business out there, but you have to go out and find that stuff. That's the struggle. Like some people, like we're here to help. Expert insurance team's here to help. Premier's here to help. Your teammates are here to help. But sometimes, you know, you don't want to help yourself. All you got to do is go out there and find the things you can advertise in, find the locations that you can do seminars in, and we'll help you. We'll help you with the cost. So you just got to get out there and do it. Okay. I know some folks that are doing TV commercials. TV commercials are not cheap, but again, if you want to get clients fast and get in front of them, then TV commercials are fantastic. Again, if you speak a different language, you know, people are watching TV in that language, you can spend money to do TV commercials now and during AEP too. Both times are fantastic. Social media marketing, we know how to do that. We can help you out with the Facebook ads. YouTube and Google, I'm still not a pro at, but we can figure out together if we need to. But again, we have run some AEP Facebook ads to get people into our pipeline. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, again, you just have to be ready and willing to spend some money. Okay. Take advantage of all this advertisement that's going on. All these big insurance companies, along with big agencies, are spending money all over the country to get people to call into their number, right? Oftentimes, people don't want to talk to somebody like that over the phone. They want somebody local, not a call center. So when you do your marketing, stress that you're local, stress that you're in the neighborhood, that you're in the county or whatever it is, and take advantage of other people spending all their money, right? Like take some of that business from them. All these advertisements are on. People know that AEP is upon us. You spend a little money to grab some of those, let's call it scraps, right? Okay. You want to get a calendar. You don't want to run around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to figure out who you're going to attend to next or what you have to do that day, right? Get a calendar and tell your clients, listen, do me a favor, get on my calendar because, you know, it's busy season. It's AEP. And we have appointments every hour of the day. So do me a favor, get on my calendar, pick a date and time that works best for you, and we'll have a full hour to ourselves to figure it all out. Trust me, clients will appreciate the fact that you're busy. They if you want to get something done, you give it to the busiest person. How many times have you guys probably heard me say that, right? And for all you new people, you've heard me say this too. You want to fake it till you make it, right? You want to pretend that you're busy until you really are busy, right? So when a client says, "Hey, can I get on your calendar?" Even if your whole calendar is busy, yeah, do me a favor. Go to this link, pick a date and time that works best for you, and we'll have a whole hour to ourselves, right? You want to pretend that you're busy because nobody wants to date you if you're desperate, right? Nobody wants to do business with you if you're not busy, right? So pretend like you're busy, okay? So you guys know that I have a bunch of calendar links. I have for agents, I have eitagentsupport.com, right? If you guys can click on that calendar, pick a date and time, and voila, at that date and time, we have a whole hour to ourselves, right? You guys may be aware that I also have a Medicare calendar and an ACA calendar, or an under 65 calendar. I called it carlosmedicare.com or carloshealth.com, whichever the client needs, that's the one I'll give to them. Okay. Let me show you how to do that. Okay. Let me show you how to attach a domain like Carlos Health to your calendar link. Okay. I need to buy a domain because I need to be able to send out the ACA contracting links to an agent who needs ACA. So let me actually show you guys how to do that. Okay. Let me go here. Okay. So I always use Namecheap.com to purchase my domains. There's a bunch of other things out there like GoDaddy or a bunch of other ones, but somebody introduced me to Namecheap, and this is where I go. Okay. So I'm going to go to domain name search, and I'm going to search for a domain that I want. So I searched for carloshealth.com years ago, and I purchased it, right? That's why it's not available at the moment. But I'm going to get something like getACAcontracts.com. Okay. That's available, and it's going to cost me $8 a year. Okay. So let me go ahead and get this right now. Give me a second. I'm going to check out. I'm gonna keep it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
So this.
I'm gonna.
We understand this Microsoft
Give me 1 second.
but she doesn't interest in the.
If you can put yourself on mute, that'd be appreciated. Hold on a second.
I don't. Maybe. Come on.
Hold on.
Maybe the guy. I don't know who did that except Judy. Okay. Didn't have any idea. Yeah, they have this chamber for the living cells. It's very.
There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna purchase this Get ACA contracts for 5 years. If I can purchase it for a year and renew it every year, but I know I'm gonna keep it, right? So I'm gonna purchase it for 5 years, and you can get coupons. There's coupons online all over the place. Okay, but I'm just gonna say, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna buy this. Pay now. Okay, here we go. So we just bought this domain, getacacontracts.com, right? So I'm going to hit manage. And right here is the redirect. Where do I want this to go? Okay. If this was my calendar link, I would go to Calendly. And let's say I wanted to use this calendar, right? The referral partner. I have this calendar for anybody who wants to be a referral partner with me. We will get a chance to talk and, you know, tell them what I do, what to expect from me, all that jazz. So I'm going to copy this link, right? If I copy this link, it takes me to this referral partner calendar, right? But I can actually put it in here. I can redirect it. Now, anytime anybody goes to getacacontracts.com, they're going to go to that calendar link, right? I'm going to add one too. I'm going to go www.getacacontracts.com. And again, put that calendar link right there. Okay, bam. Now let's see what happens. Hopefully it all worked out well. I'm going to go to www.getacacontracts.com. See what happens. Bam, it took me to my calendar link. Does that make sense? That's how easy it is, right? Make it easy for your clients. Get yourself a calendar. Say Maxine Medicare or Maxine Health, or, you know, meet with, you know, whatever, meet with Carlos, whatever you guys want to call it. Find that domain, purchase it if it's available, and send that out to your clients, or put it in your voicemail. Keep yourself organized. It's going to save you a ton of headache, and it's going to have the perception that you're busy and that you're legit, right? And your clients are going to appreciate that stuff. Okay, that's how easy it is to do this stuff. I'm gonna switch this to the ACA contracting link that I have. Give me a second. I need it to be redirected here. So I'm taking this, I'm going here, I'm switching this here. Bam. So now when an agent says, hey, how do I get ACA contracts? I'm gonna say, okay, do me a favor, just go to getacacontracts.com, and it's gonna redirect you to here where you can start filling out and requesting the contracts. You see how easy that is? Right? I hope this makes sense. Does anybody have any questions about this? No questions? Okay, perfect.
Oh, Carlos, I have
Yeah,
a question.
go ahead.
When you make a link, do you need to create a web page there, like the form?
This I created, yes, on my website for ACA contracting requests, right? But as you noticed previously, I used the Calendly link that they gave, that they create for us because I have a Calendly subscription. Does that make sense? So
Okay,
yes,
you
somehow
mean
you need to have a landing page that you're going to use, whether you create it yourself or whether it's created for you on Calendly or another calendar service.
Okay, so if it's a calendar, you can use the default one, or you have something there, then you can make a link, right?
Correct.
Otherwise, there's nothing you can link. Okay, thank you.
You need a page to redirect it to, right? So you
Okay.
need a if you're gonna purchase a domain.
So what kind of software you use to create like forms?
The software that I create to use to create forms now is Jotform. Jotform.com. I use Jotform.com. Let me see. Let me show you. I use Jotform.com to create these forms. So I created this form for people to request the ACA contract. So when they fill out these forms, it gets filled into these PDFs. So to make it easier, instead of sending out the PDFs for you to fill out by hand, now you can do it on a Jot form. Does that make sense?
Yes. So how you get you know, if somebody click that fill out the form, how you collect this information? Do you
Oh,
have
it comes
any?
back to me. So when they hit submit, it comes back to me. It comes
Is a
to me,
whole form?
the
It's a
whole
whole
form.
form?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
you have to keep that manually, or there's any database on the back end?
Yeah, you can log back into your jot forms and get all the forms that were ever filled out by anybody. They're gonna hold them for you here if you need them.
Okay, I mean, there's no database you can search. It isn't like physically any form client or potential client filled out. So you have
Yeah,
to keep it one by one.
No, yeah, you can. I just don't want to show you right now because it's personal information that I'd be searching for. You know what I mean? There is a way to search for information on here, and I'll show you this later if you really want to know.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Carlos,
Okay.
it's Katie.
Hey, Kate.
Quick question for you on this. So when you are, oh, I'm sorry. How do I find out who I'm contracted with through for ACA?
That's a great question. Now, if your ACA is with one FMO, then typically you can go ask that FMO, hey, who am I contracted with? And they have a list somewhere internally that they can give you, right?
Mhm.
But if you have your, one contract here with one FMO, another contract here with the other FMO, they're not going to know if you have a contract with them or not. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the best way to do it is say, okay, here's my list of carriers: Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, Ambiter, Molina, and other ACA, maybe United Health One, like, and you call them, right? You have to
Okay.
call Ambiter and say, hey, listen, am I contracted with you guys? In what states? You call Cigna, hey, am I contracted with you guys? In what states? That's the only way to be like 100% sure if you don't have all your contracts with one FMO. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Well, yeah. My second thing is because I worked with the same company you worked with before,
Yes.
and if I want to move,
Yeah, so if you want to move, then you have to request your release,
okay.
right? But no one's going to release you, whether it's the previous company or anybody else, if you have a debit balance with them, right?
All
Like
right.
you owe them some money, some way, shape, or form, right? If you
Mhm.
don't, then I don't see any reason why anybody wouldn't want to release you unless they're just being jerks about it and make up an excuse like, oh, we're in a blackout period, we're not doing these at all. Then it is what it is. You'll have to wait until they release you,
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So that was the next thing, like keep your contract straight and organized. Like there's going to be, it's AEP season, and it's also open enrollment season for ACA stuff. Before you jump into this AEP and OEP and you're rocking and rolling, you want to sell a policy, come to find out that you're not contracted or ready to sell in that state or with that carrier. So make a list of carriers that you're going to be doing business with, and take 5 minutes, 10 minutes at a time to call them to say, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm ready to sell in these states. Is there anything that I have to do? Right? That would be the easiest, that would be the ideal way to do it. But if your contracts are with me or with Premier or Agent Pipeline, then let me know, send me an email, and I'll ask them to see where we're at. Okay. Last year we did like a little review video after AEP, and I was asking people like, what did you learn? Right. So what a lot of people said is that they said that they were going to market more this year. Last year at the end of AEP, they said, listen, I'm going to market more next AEP so I can write more business. So we are at the beginning of an AEP. Now's the time to start marketing. So think about it. Like I said, we can't stress enough that we're here to help you. We're here to help you with some of the marketing costs. As long as it's like legit for real and we feel like it's going to help you generate some business, then now's the time to market. Don't be afraid to spend the money because you're going to get that money back. Does that make sense? So start marketing now. Make sure you have your Google business up, because people are going to be looking at all these advertisements being thrown around the TV and everywhere else, and they're going to be Googling people who can help them in their local area. So get your Google profile up, get some people to put some reviews on there, get your 5 stars, because you're going to get some phone calls from it during this AEP. Because there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be people looking at all this advertisement, all this money being thrown around for people to realize that it's AEP, and they're going to be Googling some local help. So make sure you get your Google business up and running. Okay. If you've been advertising or marketing throughout the whole course of the year, now's the time to go back and take advantage of the people you didn't do business with. I know Jesus said this last year. Like I said, I rewatched our AEP review video, and Jesus said that he had been marketing all year. There were some people he never got a hold of, and he decided to call them, and he got business from them. So if you've got older age leads in the system that you've generated before, now's the time to go back and say, here, just a friendly reminder, it's annual enrollment season. This is the stuff that you can do. Send them a video of the 3 things they can do. They can change their plan, they can get one, they can drop it and go back to original Medicare, and give them a call to action. Say, here, click on this link, get yourself on my calendar, and we'll have a whole hour to ourselves. Okay. If you're doing stuff face-to-face, that's fantastic, but consider now doing stuff over the phone, because it's just physically impossible to meet people face-to-face and write more business than if you were doing it over the phone. Okay. So if you're not doing things over the phone, consider it. If you're doing stuff over the phone and you have somebody who wants to meet you, who wants to review their policy, practice on some people. Say, listen, is it okay if we do this face-to-face via Zoom over the computer? I'll walk you through it. I'll connect you so we can do it as if we were sitting on the in front of the kitchen table like we did last time. Can you do me that favor? Can we do it like this time? And you'll be surprised how many people say, yeah, no problem. I don't even want you in my house anyways, right? That means if you come to my house, I have to clean up and I have to take a shower and stuff like that. Some people don't want to do that, right? Some people don't want a stranger or just somebody foreign in their home, right? So practice it. Get a feel for doing stuff over the phone, and you'll realize, man, this is a way, you can do it this way too, right? And then that way, if you're working 8 hours every day during AEP, you can program 8 appointments, right? 9, 10, 11, give yourself a break at 12 o'clock, get yourself some lunch, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8 appointments that you can set during AEP. But you can't do that if you're doing it face-to-face. So really consider it, really consider stuff doing face-to-face this time around. Get yourself out of your comfort zone and watch. I promise that you'll be able to write more business, and you'll be surprised how many people are more than willing to do stuff over the phone. Anna, you have your hand raised?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. So I know last year, I want to say, I think I was able to send an email through Radius Bob. Is it okay to do something like that through there with like a small video, like you said, the calling to action for during AEP? Is it okay to send it to the ones that are already like our clients there?
Of course, absolutely. You're more than welcome to send an automated email, a bulk email to your existing clients, to the clients that you already have business with, that takes them to a video explanation of what AEP is all about. I told you guys that that's what I do. Every year I make a video about what AEP entails and what people can do during AEP. And then I give them a call to action. Here, get on my calendar so we can talk about this. Or, hey, go to my Part D prescription drug page, fill out your drugs, let me work on it, and let me tell you which plan is going to work out best for you. So absolutely, it's okay to send out the bulk email, automated email to your clients or people that aren't even your clients. It's okay. Send them an email. Hey, this is
Yeah,
how
like
I
all
can
the
help.
leads that are in the
Yeah,
radio.
absolutely. Absolutely. Take advantage of all the money that you spent throughout the course of the year to generate these leads that you never got a hold of. Send them the, hey, I'm here to help you out. This is what it's all about. Show them that you're a cut above everybody else by sending them the video. Show them that you're a cut above everybody else by sending them your calendar link, right? Give, and watch. You'll see how many people want to give to you back, right? So absolutely. Absolutely. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yiping, about how about some companies selling the leads? I got some call and emails say, listen, if you want to buy leads during AEP, you're more than welcome to, right? I would say yes, give it a shot, because you never know what's good and what's not good, right? I told you guys that when I first started Medicare, I bought inbound calls from a company called Datalot, yeah. And I think I maybe spent like $4,000 during AEP, and I think I got my money back, right? Even though I broke even, like, it gave me experience to learn more about Medicare and talk to people about Medicare. So it's definitely not a waste of money if you're practicing and getting better, you know, selling Medicare. So don't be afraid to go to these lead companies if they're generating and selling leads, to give it a test drive, right? Yes, all leads suck. Yeah, but I mean, it depends on the person working them too, right? If you're like a Jesus Islas who generates his leads and won't stop calling or texting them until they tell him no, then yeah, these leads are going to work out, right? I remember one time he showed me a client that he called 18 times before they answered, and he finally sold them a policy. So what's the big deal if they say, hey, stop calling me? What's that going to do to your life? Nothing. Now you know for sure that the client doesn't need any help, right? Like, I've always told you guys that yes is your best friend. If they say yes, great, fantastic, sell them, have a relationship, make some money. If they say no, that's your second best friend, because now you don't have to beat your head against the wall trying to chase them, trying to say, hey, you told me that you were going to call me back. Hey, you told me you were going to call me back. I just, if it's okay to say no to me. Knows your second best friend. So follow up, text, send emails, educate them now and forever until they tell you no, or until they tell you yes. Okay. What else? Let's see. Oh yeah, don't forget about the ACA opportunities. I know a lot of us on here are doing Medicare, but don't forget that ACA is also around the same time. ACA open enrollment is November 1st, usually through December 15th, but I think they may be extending it again till January 15th or whatnot. So don't forget about the ACA opportunities. If you guys want to learn that stuff, there's plenty of videos out there that we've talked about ACA. There's plenty of leaders on here that do ACA. So don't be afraid to jump in it. They pay decent. You're going to get 20 to 25 bucks per member per month. Or like with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, you're going to get 3%. So don't be afraid to jump into this stuff. And don't forget that it's not just ACA policies you're selling. You're selling accident and sickness hospitalization policies. You're selling cancer policies. You're selling dental and vision. All that stuff helps, right? And if you have a spouse in the house to sell them ACA or anybody else, then that's just more money. That's just more money for you. Okay, so don't forget about the ACA opportunities. Get your automation in order. Everybody has a CRM, and 99% of the CRMs out there will do automation for you as long as you program it, right? So get your automation in order. If you're going to set up an appointment, Make sure they get an email and a text message confirmation that their appointment is sent. Make sure that they get a reminder a day before. Make sure they get a reminder an hour before their appointment. Like, set those automations up so that you look professional, that you keep them on track, but more importantly, you keep yourself on track, right? Because you're going to be busy. It's going to be busy time. So get those automations in order. Okay. Now's the time to ask for referrals, especially if you're not asking for referrals, now's the time to do it. Because they're 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 years old, and they have friends and family that are the exact same age, right? And no one's going to treat them or educate them like you do. So you better open your mouth and say, listen, if you know anybody that needs some help, send them my way. And I know it doesn't really mean anything, but I send you $10 every time you refer me somebody. But more importantly, I send $5 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital in your name, right? Get that all in order. They love that stuff. You love it too. It's good for your soul to give back to not only them, but to donate to, man, can you imagine kids that need the help, right? And they see you doing that, they're gonna for sure refer you people. Okay, so don't forget about this stuff. Okay, don't forget to hand out your business cards or send them your business cards along with your thank you letter. Okay. Another thing that everybody has to do, regardless of if it's AEP or not, is to go over the checklist. Okay, let me show you something. So this checklist I got from Josh Young's. You can't see it too well for some reason. The picture didn't come out, but he gives his clients this every time. Welcome to our family. Medicare Peace of Mind, his phone number, his email address. It says, please remember, we are your first point of contact for all your insurance needs, questions, problems, and more. We are always ready to help you. We value your feedback. We rely on our family to notify us when things are going right and when things at times go wrong. We will help you get things fixed. Because of you, we exist and you are valued to us, right? He sends this, and on the back of this is a checklist. Hey, application date, insurance carrier, plan effective date, plan name. Okay, did you get the acknowledgement letter? Right? He's going to call them a couple weeks later. Hey, did you get your acknowledgement letter? Hey, did you get your welcome letter with the ID cards? Does the ID card have your proper doctor on there? You know, if you have an HMO plan, is the correct plan, listed? Also, don't forget to set up your first appointment with your doctor, right? Don't forget to set up your new to Medicare consultation with your primary care physician. Okay. Did you get your evidence of coverage? Did you get our welcome letter? Did you get the welcome letter from Medicare Peace of Mind or Expert Insurance Team? And then please leave a Better Business review or a Google review. And finally, please tell your family and friends about us, right? So this is the kind of stuff that needs to be done a couple weeks after the sale. Send it to them in a nice, like, hard paper copy. Send it to them, put it in an envelope, put at the very top, say, keep this, I'm going to call you in a couple weeks so we can go over this, right? So I created one. Doesn't look as good as his, but I created one. Let me show you. So this is the letter that I'm going to start sending them separately as well. Right? Thank you for giving us a chance to serve you. We don't take your trust for granted. Please remember, we are your exactly the same thing he said, right? Hey, exactly the same check marks that that he's checking out. And right here, I'm going to put application date, insurance carrier, plan effective date, plan name. I'm going to send this to them separately. I'm going to say, keep this handy. I'm going to call you in a couple weeks just to go over this stuff. And now is a good time to remind them that that everybody should have a long-term care policy, because long-term care is not covered by Medicare, right? This is a perfect time to remind them, hey, you should consider a cancer policy if you didn't present it to begin with, right? So if you guys want this
Carlos?
letter, I can send it to
Carlos?
everybody. I'll put it in the link, and I can also put your logo on here. If you want me to put your logo on here, I can too. If you want me to edit your name, address, and phone number, I can do that too. Just send me what I need to use to make this your own. Okay? Yeah, Lisa, what's going on?
So you send this email if that's a phone appointment, then you send this email afterwards, and then you call them back in like 3 weeks.
I'm gonna send this in the mail.
Okay.
I'm gonna send this in the mail and tell them to hold on to this because I'm gonna call you in a couple weeks.
So you do call them. So, okay. So
Yeah,
you
'cause
have
we're-
a whole list of that, then the process.
So you
That's
sell a
lot of
policy.
work.
You sell a policy. You fill this out with the application date, insurance carrier, plan effective date, plan name. Put it in the mail. They're gonna get it in a week or so, right? But it's gonna say, hey, we can even put in here, keep this letter, right? We can put this in red. Say, hey, keep this letter. I'm gonna call you in a couple weeks so that we can make sure you got all this stuff, right? And then you're just doing your post-sale phone call. Hey, did you get the letter? Did you get your ID cards? Is the doctor on there correctly? Did you schedule your first appointment with your doctor? Did you get the evidence of coverage? Did you get my welcome letter? I send out a thank you letter. I send out a thank you letter with a magnet and my business cards. And in that thank you letter, it tells them about the referral program, right? Hey,
You outsourcing all this to somebody else, or you do it by yourself?
I do it by myself, but my assistant helps me do it. Angie helps me get this done. So when I sell a policy, in my CRM, I give Angie a task here, make sure this policy goes through and send all the welcome stuff. That makes sense? But before I had Angie, I was doing this stuff myself, But yeah,
Wow.
once you get into the routine of this stuff, you can do this stuff yourself. It's just part of just tidying up the sale, right?
Great.
Okay. So again, if you guys want me to, I'm going to put this in the email that I send out after this, every time that we record these training sessions. But if you want your own, name and logo, if you want your own logo on there and you want me to do it for you, I can do it for you. Okay. Another thing is Wanda. Wanda sells a ton of policies, and what she does is she's on the radio, right? So think about getting on the radio. Think about setting some money aside every month to get on local radio. So she does. She has commercials every day going on, maybe about 30-second commercials, maybe I think twice a day, and then twice a month she has a 30-minute like live spot with the host. So think about that too. If you really want to, get a lot of clients in your pipeline or sell a lot of Medicare policies, radio seems to help. I know a lot of people that do radio and they sell a lot of policies, but you got to be consistent with the radio. Commercials every week, live interviews, chit-chatting back and forth about Medicare, maybe twice a month for 30 minutes. So that's an idea. Okay. Let me see. Any other questions here? Let's see. Scraps, Ming, please mute yourself. Do you know how much of it? Oh, so Frank, your question is, do we know how much Advantage is going to be in 2023? Well, Advantage plans are usually $0 a month, right? 90% of the Medicare Advantage plans that exist all over the country are usually $0 a month. I think you were asking, do we know how much the Part B premium is going to be for 2023? And the answer to that is no, we don't know yet. It's not out. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what you were at. Medicare Advantage HMO is now, Frank, just to be clear, Medicare Advantage plans are not $170.10 a month. Medicare Advantage plans are $0 a month. Part B from original Medicare is $170.10 a month. So you can have original Medicare, the red, white, and blue card, without being on a Medicare Advantage plan, just to make that clear. Okay. Yiping, question, new immigrant, age over 65, no credit. Should they buy an ACA or Medicare? Well, they're, okay. Somebody want to answer this question? Yiping says, a new immigrant who's over 65 years old, no Medicare credits, should they buy ACA or Medicare? Does anybody want to answer that question?
Yes, I can.
Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, they have two options. They can enroll in Medicare, but they have to pay full amount of Part A if they don't have any credit, or if they have less 30, then they have to pay $274 a month. If they don't have any, then they have to pay $499. That's one option. But if they don't enroll in Medicare Part A or Part B, then they have option to enroll in Obamacare, and they can enjoy the tax credit as well. And if their income level is between 138% to 400% of poverty level.
Okay.
And but later on, if they do enroll in Medicare, then they have a late penalty. So we have to be very clear that part for them. So the choice is on them.
Okay, so that is a correct answer if they weren't a new immigrant, if they've been here for at least 5 years with their green card. But what if they're a new immigrant? What if they don't have their green card for 5 years?
Oh, then they have no way to, they are not qualified to enroll in Medicare.
Correct.
The only choice is Obamacare. However, if they don't have any income, or income is lower than 138% of poverty level, then maybe the only thing for them is short term, or they go Medicaid.
Not short term, because short term is not available for folks who are over 65 years old. So,
oh, really? No, any of that? Oh, okay.
no short term.
Then that's the only thing is Medicaid then.
Not even Medicaid, because they don't have 5 years with the green card. In most states.
For Medicaid, it seems over 65, they don't have that 5 years limitation. I think for Illinois, at least.
I think they all do. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure in order to be eligible for Medicaid and Medicare, you have to have your green card for at least 5 years. And if you don't have your green card, if you're a new immigrant, then the only thing you really have is ACA. As long as you have legal status, then really all you have is ACA. And
but the full amount of price, full price?
Yeah, full price, because unless you're going to file taxes, if you file taxes and make an income within the range, then you can get subsidy. But if you're not working at all, maybe you're a grandma or grandpa that just came here, from India or another country, and you're not going to be working, then oftentimes it's going to be full price.
Carlos, State of Illinois has a new program, like start last year, I think, or this year. Everyone over 65 can have like the state Medicare.
State Medicaid?
This is like, they call like a Medicare, but it's not a Medicare because it's not from Social Security Office.
Okay.
It's the state Illinois has a program for illegal immigrants. You don't need to even have the a green card, or you have the green card for less than 5 years. You can apply for a Medicaid.
Oh, okay.
And
So
state of Illinois.
how do we direct people to that program? Is there a website? Is there a phone number?
It's a regular application, but they asking if you have the green card or not, and they will accepting that.
Okay, so
You're going
it's
to
the
the,
regular Medicaid application.
Yes, Medicaid application.
Okay.
But
okay.
it's a new program. It's just in Illinois. It's not the other state. It's just in Illinois.
Okay, well, yes, we'll see. There you go. One that has a lot more experience than I do in the immigrant community. So every state might have a different thing, right?
Yes.
Apply for Medicaid regardless of their green card status or how long they've had a green card, and see what happens, right? In general, what I'm telling you guys is that in general, you're new immigrant, over 65, you don't have your Medicare credits, then ACA is the way to go. And if there's no income coming in, if there's no income coming in, then you just got to pay full price. And if that's too expensive, then the there's community services out there that might give you some health insurance, right? The community clinics, the hospitals, or there's extra programs like Wanda was just saying, that may be available out there for them, right? Let's see. Yes, I would like the checklist letter. Okay, Anna, I will get that checklist letter to you. I think you gave me your logo once before, and I can put your logo on there. Yeah, Wanda does Polish radio. Are you going to mention? Oh, anybody? So we're looking for somebody who can fill some time at the Wheeling Walmart. So Alex Shu has a space, as a retail space at the Wheeling Walmart. If somebody in Illinois would like to get with Alex and get a schedule going for the Wheeling Walmart, please reach out to me or Alex Shu. He needs somebody who can cover him for some of the hours or some of the days during AEP. Okay. What else? Alex, did you want to say something about that, Alex?
Yeah. I usually answer my phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're here.
Let me get this to everyone. Here's my phone number. Phone number is 847-606-1411. Email is, I'm going to give it to you. I was in the Mount Prospect Walmart for 3 years. It went really well, and then Walmart sold me out. I didn't get it last year. I was a CBS, which was a dud. But this Walmart is 2.5 times the size of the Mount Prospect Walmart. My thought is I should be able to do at least twice as much business. And my best year at Walmart, I wrote 60 policies without doing much. That was 3 years ago. So my thought is we can be in that Walmart anytime that's open. It's 7 in the morning to 11 at night. So if you like to work at nights, that's fine. I do not work Sundays, and Frank, I know Frank Marmol's in this call. He's going to do Sundays for me. I plan to be there myself at least 30 hours, but we can fill the thing up, man. We can do 90 hours a week if we want. And Walmart, as you know, they have a ton of people walking through. And my table, we get a table, it gets more traffic when I'm not sitting there after hours. They come up, pick up my card, they call me 6 months later and say, hey, I'm turning 65, can you help me? So it's a good gig if you live close to Wheeling. So let me know, reach out to me. I will get back to you.
Okay, and if you guys are out of state, right, and want to do a retail location at Walmart, let's get together and let's figure out if there's an opportunity available. Okay, they're costing like $1,500 to get a retail space at Walmart, and like I said, I'm willing to go half on that with you if you really want to. So if that's something that you guys want to do, especially if you're out of state. I don't want to like what's the word? I want to make sure that we're here to help you too, even though you're out of state, right? So if you want to do a retail location, get with me. We'll get with Premier. We'll get with some of the local reps in your area and see if there's one available. If there is one, and you're willing to spend half the money, then I'm willing to spend the other half. Okay. So reach out to me. Okay. Anybody have any questions at all? Anything at all?
Yes, Carlos, I have a
Talk
question.
about, or anything else that's coming up, AEP or anything in general? Talk to me, Sangeeta.
Yes, this is a ACA question. So I got a call yesterday, and this guy just came from India a month back, and he has a legal status, a green card holder. And but the wife had worked kind of in January, like for 3 months, and they filed the taxes at that time. Now the wife is like dependent on the parents. She's just 24 years old, so she already has health insurance through the mom and dad. But this guy, they are married, but this guy has no health insurance, so he wants health insurance, and he has legal status. So my question is, when I do the income, do I put both the income, because the wife is not at this time getting any health insurance from the ACA? So
Yeah, hey man.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, hold on one second. Mute yourself, guys. Okay. Yeah, Maxine, don't worry. I know you have your hand raised. Hold on a second. So you have a husband and wife who have a 24-year-old daughter. Is that what you said, Sangeeta?
no. The wife is 24-year-old.
Okay, so husband and wife.
The husband is 30. Yeah.
Okay. The wife worked a little bit at the beginning of the year, from let's say January through March, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
3 months.
and
Yes.
now she's not working. The husband is the one who has income coming in, correct?
No, now both are working since August.
Okay, so they're both working now.
Yes.
But so you just have to include all the income, all the taxable income that happened in 2022, right?
Okay.
So if January through March I was working at Walmart, and then there was a period of unemployment, and then in July I started working at Target, then I'm gonna put both that income in. I'm gonna put all the money that I made from Walmart, and I'm gonna put all the money that I'm gonna make from Target, and that's what's gonna go on my application, and that's what they're gonna use to determine how much subsidy they're gonna give me. Does that make sense?
But the wife already has health insurance through the parents. So my question,
then okay.
how to, what to put
So
as
then
income
you
and how
can't.
many people?
So do they? Okay. Okay, so the spouse gets insurance through the parents, then you can only get subsidy
One.
for the husband.
Yes.
So you have to fill out the application with both of them on there, but indicate that the spouse, the wife, doesn't need insurance, and we're only looking for insurance for the husband.
How to
This
indicate
will
that?
only work if the husband and wife are going to file their taxes together.
They
Like
will. They
Right.
will. But
wife has already insurance, health insurance.
That's fine. Well, the wife can have health insurance from her parents till she's 26 years old. That's fine.
Yes. So how to indicate about that the wife will get through the
All you have
parents?
on the application, it just says,
Mm.
does the wife need insurance? And you're gonna say no. That's all, because she has insurance somewhere else.
But the income will be both husband and wife.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
because they have to file together and the income has to be together.
And how many people I have to put? 2 people?
Whoever shows up on the tax returns, that should be how you should lead with. What does everything look like on the tax returns? Is it husband and wife? Yes. Is it just husband? Because the wife is being claimed as a dependent on her parents' plans, then that's going to be an issue, right? But if it's husband and wife, then yes, put them both on the application, put their income all on the application, indicate that the wife doesn't need health insurance, and that's it. Move forward.
Okay. Okay. Got
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Maxine, you have a question?
No, actually, I was referring somebody to you that needed help in Illinois.
Okay.
That's separate. I have a weird one that came to me last year, and maybe this could be a continuing education moment. Man and woman live together. They are not married. She's 45, he's 46. They don't file jointly because he has no tax return. She does and makes anywhere between 250 and 400,000 a year. We should live so long.
Mhm.
They've got it's 3 children of hers. The oldest daughter, who's 15, is on the dad's tax return. The 2 children are on her tax return. So basically, they would not get any kind of tax credit because the mom is way over the limit.
Correct.
The man that lives in a household with her, who's 45 or 46, he couldn't get coverage because they're not married.
They're not together. Well, everybody can get coverage, right? They can get insurance, no problem. The question is rather, can they get subsidy? And that's the real question. Can they get subsidy? Well, no, for a variety of reasons. One, they're making too much money.
Mm.
Number 2, the oldest child is on baby daddy's, tax returns. He can't get subsidy. The domestic partner can't get subsidy because he's not filing any taxes. Like there's plenty of reasons why everybody in that family is not eligible for subsidy. But that doesn't mean that they all can't get health insurance. They can all get health insurance. They just can't get subsidy. Does that make
Would
sense?
it be then considered off market? I mean, off the exchange?
No, you can get it on exchange. You can get insurance on exchange without asking for subsidy. Does that make sense? Like you don't have to go to the marketplace. You're allowed to go to the marketplace to get insurance. Donald Trump can go in and go to the marketplace and get insurance if he wanted to, right? He's not eligible for subsidy, obviously, right? Does that
I'm
make sense?
so confused. I thought it was either off or on market.
No.
Place.
Oh,
No.
it'll just ask you, do you want to see full price? Do you want to see if you qualify for a subsidy, or do you want to just pay full price?
Maxine, let me give you an example why you should do everybody through the marketplace.
Oh,
Regardless,
got a reason.
regardless if they get subsidy or not.
okay.
I've told this story before. Years ago, when I first started doing ACA, I had a friend of mine, she's a lawyer, and she wanted me to help her with her ACA, her insurance. And she's like, I'm going to make $60,000 a year. And at that time, that's over the limit. She wasn't going to qualify for subsidy. So I said, let's just skip getting insurance through the marketplace, like filling out all that paperwork, and let's just go direct to Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Mhm.
Okay. So it turns out that she didn't make $60,000, that she made $30,000. And now her accountant was telling her, hey, where's the 1095 form so that we can turn it in so that you can get a refund, because you didn't make 60,000, you made 30,000.
Mhm.
So I said, no problem. Here's this 1095 B form, turn it in. Well, they said, you're not going to get any refund back because you didn't do the application through the marketplace. You went direct to Blue Cross Blue Shield to get your tax credit. I mean, to get your insurance, and you didn't do it through the marketplace. So now we're not going to give you any kind of refund. Luckily, she was my friend and she didn't hold it against me, but she didn't get any refund back because we didn't do her application through the marketplace. So now every time I'm writing a health insurance policy, whether they're making $1 million or $15,000 a year, I'm doing it through the marketplace because I want to protect them from that scenario. What if they say they're making 80,000, but they really end up making 20,000?
Okay, because there are no dumb questions.
Yeah.
Like on Health Sherpa, I
Mhm.
can do a quote.
Yeah.
And it's on or off the exchange.
Correct.
It would always be on the exchange.
I would always do on exchange. Yes.
I had no idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
And-
I would
Okay,
always do on
sorry,
exchange.
Carlos. I would also do on exchange because remember that whole thing that Biden expanded the subsidy? So what happened is someone who was on the off exchange because they were making money, but when he expanded it, because one guy was adamant about not going on exchange. So he went off exchange, but then I told him he expand the subsidy and I had to then rewrite him back on exchange. So you don't know what happens. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like Carlos says, just easier to do on exchange.
There's a safety net doing it through
Yep.
on exchange. Just do everything
Yep.
on exchange. I mean, unless you have to go off exchange because the network of doctors and hospitals are different, and the only plan that their doctor accepts is the one off exchange, then yeah, it is what it is. You got to go off exchange. But 99 out of 100 times you're going on exchange no matter what, whether you get subsidy or not. Okay.
Hey, Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Carlos, I guess the way I do it, and that's a great example. It's whether they actually are making a ton of money or not. I just put first, how many members and their income, and then see if they qualify.
Sure.
If they don't qualify, then I say, this is the money that you're making. That's an estimated adjusted gross income. I said, unfortunately, you don't qualify, but here are the options for, all the insurance companies that they can take you off the exchange. And a lot of them, I had 2 business owners that they say, hey, your premium is actually less than the one I got quoted with Blue. And I said, this is how it is. And it's been on for the last 2 years and he's happy about it.
When I'm talking to clients and I'm finding them ACA policies like health insurance, I'm not saying the words on exchange or off exchange. I'm just saying, listen, the place we go to search for insurance is healthcare.gov, also known as Obamacare. This is where we look first because depending on your income, we may be able to get a bunch of financial aid to help us pay for it. They don't know anything about on exchange or off exchange.
Correct.
I'm just telling them this is the place to go to, right?
Carlos, one more thing. I've also noticed, frankly, even though I've got a family I just did this for, who do not, actually they qualified for like $100, but anyways, I didn't think they would. I did it both ways. And the truth of it is that if you go off exchange, Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO may not show up. So they're only
that.
going on exchange now.
I didn't know that. Okay, well,
Yeah.
there you go. So sometimes yes, it is possible to find differences between on exchange and off exchange plans, right? So if you really want to look at the whole picture, then you're looking at both on and off exchange, right? But if you want to keep it simple, just do on exchange. I'm telling you.
This year more than any other year, I've noticed the pricing's a lot better on exchange than it is off exchange by
There
far.
There is one plan that's only off exchange and on exchange. And so when clients are on Blue Cross, just searching themselves, then, so there is a plan that's off exchange. It's not on the exchange.
Yeah, that happens often, Kathy, with a lot of the insurance carriers. If you're shopping just privately, like a consumer on their website or calling
Right.
in, they'll tell you some of
And
the
then they'll say,
options.
okay, I want the 203. And you're like, shit, the 203 is not on because there is one plan. Actually, there's 2 plans that are confusing because they offer the same thing, but a different
Right.
price.
Sheena.
Okay. So I have a question.
Carlos, yes.
Go
I'm
ahead.
Sheila,
Sonia.
I have a question. Find the ACA, one way to the evaluate if they are not qualified for the ACA plan, like a low income, then we have to direct them to state Medicaid program, right?
It automatically does it by itself if you complete the application. If you
Okay.
complete the application on Health Sherpa or healthcare.gov, it will take all that information and send it to the local Medicaid agencies, right? And then they'll take it from there. And then the client has to be conscious that they might get letters from the state Medicaid program asking them to submit other documentation, right? So I always tell my clients, listen, we just did the application. It said that that you might be eligible for Medicaid. Now it's going to be sent over to Medicaid, but you have to be aware or be conscious that they might ask us for stuff. So look out for that stuff, because we want to get a decline or we want to get an acceptance, but we don't want the decline to say, you forgot to turn in some stuff. Because if we get that we declined you because you didn't turn in stuff, then that's not going to help us at all. So turn in everything they need you to turn in. And if we get the decline letter, that's okay. We're going to return to the marketplace and say we were declined. And then they're going to give us all the money we need to get you on a policy with for no charge.
Okay, that's the client's opportunity. I mean, the responsibility to response. If they
Correct.
get a
Yeah,
notice,
I kind of leave it on them after that. Like I say, listen, here's the phone number to Medicaid, and be aware that they're going to send you stuff, and don't ignore anything. Tell me when you get a response for them. Tell me what it is, and then we'll take it from there. But I'm not going to follow up with them after that if they don't follow up with me.
okay. So otherwise,
I would
they
see
will
there.
get the full amount of premium they have to pay, right? There's no any credit, tax credit, if they are qualified for Medicaid.
Yeah, if they qualify for Medicaid, they don't qualify for any kind of tax credit, subsidies, anything like that. And they can't get a plan either, because the question is, do you have Medicaid already? Yeah.
Okay. So another question is because I'm kind of confused. Said if you have like federal any program like Medicare, then if you fail the ACA plan for some reason, so whether they get a tax credit or no.
If anybody has Medicare or
They are
Medicaid,
qualified for Medicare. Maybe some get a Part B, not Part A. Then they want to buy the ACA plan, so they
it's
still
all
pay
about,
the.
I know the question. It's all about if you're eligible for premium-free Part A. If you're eligible for premium-free Part A, whether you have it or not, if you're eligible for premium-free Part A, you don't qualify for subsidy.
Okay,
But
only Part A, right?
Part
Only
A,
if
correct.
they qualify for free Part A premium.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. But if you have to pay something for Part A, then you're still eligible to get subsidy through the marketplace.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Carlos,
Carlos.
sorry,
Go
we're
ahead,
all
Sangeeta.
attacking.
Yeah,
Do you have a proper link for the 2023 ACA? The one that I was sent doesn't go anywhere. It's not activated.
What do you mean 2023 ACA?
Well, you know how we usually have to certify for healthcare.gov?
Oh yeah, it's portal.cms.gov.
Okay, yeah, when I went there, it wasn't showing me 2023. All I saw was 2022.
No, it's there now. I was just
Yeah.
I was just
It's
in.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see
Portal.
what I'm doing
Try
wrong. Maybe
again.
it's-
Try now and tell me if you see it. Portal.cms.gov. If you don't see it, just let's do a Zoom later and I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, thanks.
Sangeeta?
Yes, Carlos, this guy, can I write the application today and it can be effective next month? That is,
Yeah, for the Medicare guy?
no. It's the ACA one.
Yeah, as long as you do it before the end of the month, just like
Okay.
Medicare, it's going to be effective the first of the following month.
So put the SEP, like
SEP as he has no insurance, health insurance, because he just started working from August. So how to put the ACA, what to put in the, SEP.
What's the SEP? Did he just lose insurance?
He had no insurance. He just started working from August. He just entered the country last month only in August and started working.
Okay, so he just entered the country.
Yes.
So that's what you put. One of the
Okay.
questions is, did you just recently move to the United
To-
States? And they're going
yes.
to ask you the date, and that's what's going to trigger the qualifying life event.
Okay. Thank you. Got it.
Okay. Well, guys, I appreciate you giving me extra minutes. It's already 12:18. As always, we'll record this. We'll send this out. I'll send you a link to the letter that I just created and the video. And if you need me, you know where to find me. Have a great day and have a great rest of the week, okay?
Thank you for everything.
Thank you,
Talk
Carlos.
to you later. Peace.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Carlos.
See ya.